Yo, Alec here, and I'm with Magat and Usa, and I'm gonna answer another BJD Addicts prompt. Although, I know I said I'd go in chronological order, but the next few prompts on the list actually require some prep time on my part, and I'm finding that not so convenient right now. So I'm gonna go skip ahead since, way ahead since it doesn't matter anymore whether or not I go in the right order. The prompt I'm gonna answer today is the one on meats, since we had just come from meat yesterday. It was the Manika Manila Valentine's Day meet, even though Valentine's Day was like a week ago or so. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk a bit about meets. I've been to a few. I mean, in the short period of time that I've been a doll owner, I've been to a couple already. Obviously, they're all Manika Manila meets because there is really only Manika Manila here. But I try to go to as many meets as possible because I really rather enjoy them, even though I'm still at the sort of awkward newbie phase where I don't know that many people and I can't really relate to whatever. I mean, the story arcs of their dolls. I don't even know half their dolls, and I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I'm still at that point where we're not so well acquainted. But I find it interesting to go just because it sort of makes me more aware of like the different doll owners and their stories and basically their dolls. So it's a good experience for me, even though there's still that sort of hi awkwardness. Yeah. So one of my favorite things about doll meets is getting to know new people, obviously, and discuss, talking about dolls with them because I'm still at that point where everything about dolls excites me. Um, I guess one awkward thing. I mean, I consider myself fairly knowledgeable and you know info for a newbie. Yeah, I mean, I've only been in this hobby 4 or 5 months, and I consider myself pretty knowledgeable and can basically keep up with conversations, except except when talking about the more popular doll brands like Volks and Apple House. I cannot like I can talk about small, like obviously Dollar Chateaus. I can talk about smaller companies. I know, I follow things like that, doll news and whatnot, with the exception of mainly Volks and Apple House. I have no idea. Like, I know Volks is like almost the standard when it comes to like comparing things with resin even whatnot. But I have a difficult time. Like, I'm not acquainted with the Volks bodies. Yeah, that those sort of just confuse me. So yeah, that's one thing that I find weird about my meat interactions. A lot of times when people give, a body size or something like that, it's in folks' bodies. I'm like, I have no idea. In my head, I'm like, I have no idea what that is. I should probably endeavor to remember more. But yeah, my another thing I love slash completely hate about meats is that I like dressing these guys up, but I'm a stupid head and often cram. I had a month to prepare outfits for these guys, and this is all I came up with. But in fairness, Usa actually is not just wearing that top thing. Usa has a dress that attaches via the neckline and it drapes all the way down, and I use this as a belt to like cinch it by his waist and whatnot. So yeah, I mean that's not all I made for him, but yeah, I'm really disappointed in what I came up with for this guy because really, really, yeah. But I always end up cramming the week before, and I cannot cram things. They always end up really crap. But yeah, I love making clothes for them. I just hate that I end up cramming it all the time. And um, so with regards to meats, I like people getting to know them. Obviously, I like people asking questions because I'm not very good with um, sort of being able to convey. I'm obviously the type to love sharing So whenever someone is genuinely interested in them, their story, whatever, even though I think their story sounds super stupid to explain verbally and not, like charted out and illustrated for anyone else. But when I tell people about the story, I feel like it sounds really, really stupid. So it brings me a lot of joy when people seem genuinely interested. Um, yeah. I still don't quite know what the best way to transport them is, because I don't have one of those doll bag. I mean, the actual bags for dolls. Usa just has this pillow thing, and he goes in here. Magat just sits in a bag. But if I'm not gonna have trouble with the commute, like if I have a ride, I just bring him because he doesn't have anything like a proper case or whatnot. I really should get something for them, but yeah. What else? I'm still, with meets, I'm still at that super awkward phase where I just tend to sit alone or with the same people and just watch everyone else and be like, oh, oh. Um, I did a weird thing yesterday where I gushed over a tiny for the first time, like actual. It was kind of awkward and embarrassing, but it was just so fucking cute. So cute. It made me want a tiny. It was like, cause the reason I guess I'm deterred by tiny is because they all feel like babies, and this one was like not. I'm not saying it was mature looking, but it looked like a child, and a child at this super cute proportionate size. And I just put him next to them for comparison. And she would that sculpt would so be a fit as a kid, and I'm like, I have no, don't get a tiny, don't want a tiny. Why would you want a tiny? And they would be more difficult to make clothes for. Yeah, these guys are already a pain. All right, making clothes for these guys is already super hard for me. It's much harder than making regular clothes, which is weird. But yeah, meets. I enjoy them. I want to go to more. I want to make more friends. I'm kind of jealous that Well, I was about to say I'm kind of jealous at how dolls already have like intertwined stories and whatnot. And I'm like, I want that. It's just that these guys don't get out much. I don't like having stories that are just with me, because I feel like it's more fun when there's another brain in, so you can be surprised at some things that happen and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm fairly newbie-ish, so we'll see how it goes from here on out. And yeah, that's my general view of meets. And yes, so video next week. Yeah. All right, bye.